This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
To briefly talk about tag team wrestling here for a minute, because I feel like, and I know it's trying to make a resurgence with guys like FTR and certainly the Young Bucks and on and on. There's a lot of great tag teams now, but this might feel like the heyday here. I mean, just in this promotion, you've got the Road Warriors and you've got the Russians, but you've got the Rock and Roll Express, you've got the Midnight Express, you've got the Andersons. I mean, this is a who's who of tag team wrestling in this era, is it not?
Well, and you haven't even gotten, when you mentioned all those names, did you say Four Horsemen?
Just the Andersons, Ole and Arn.
Well, it wasn't the Horsemen, because out of that group, you could take that group of 4 wrestlers and a manager and pair them off, and you had a brand new team.
Yeah.
Whether it was Rick and myself, or Ole and myself, or Tully and Rick, or whatever the deal, you added 5 more teams to the list you just announced. So it was a heyday for tag teams. Now you got the Garvins coming along and all kind of other teams that it just made it really exciting, and they were identified and they were recognized as being a team, but you could also split guys up into singles, and it led to having a very full roster.
Of course, on the other channel, you got the British Bulldogs. The Hart Foundation are going to become a thing in 85. It's remarkable to think about how hot tag team wrestling was once upon a time in the mid 80s. And, folks are a little older than me who were growing up on the Jim Crockett Promotions era tell me that the Mid-Atlantic area was known for tag team wrestling. I mean, main events were routinely tag team wrestling. And that, of course, evolved a little bit, and single stars like Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes would emerge. But Swede Hansen and Rip Hawk and all those guys back in the day, they were main event as tag team matches. Why do you think that changed over time? A lot of people sort of point the finger at Vince McMahon and say that Vince made that change and it came down to the economics of, instead of paying 4 guys, you could pay 2 guys. Do you think there's any credence to that? Or why do you think tag team wrestling maybe fell out of fashion for such a long time?
Well, no, I know that was a fact, because when you're flying that many guys to, Vince would have as many as 3 towns running a night. So let's just say you had 3 tags on top in those 3 matches, and you had, in those days, Vince was big on managers. So if you had a tag match, that's 5 sets of trans, including the manager, and 5 payoffs, versus 1 single main event between 2 talent and no manager. You do that times 3 every night, times 300 and something days a year. Imagine that's a pretty big figure, but it was economics all the way.
It's a shame too, because there's so many great matches that maybe we missed out on, but boy, they're still here in the good old days of the mid 80s for us to enjoy.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.